Oh my, no my, hide in my. And welcome to Tūru podcast with your hosts,
Fine
and Crave.
Kia ora, nice to see you back here today. We've got a banger of an episode for you. And Mana in the building indeed is present. You'll know him as one of the original Braves that we mentioned in our very first podcast. Not only that, but he's the one that I almost forgot to mention. He's known by many names and has many faces. Mr. Matatini, Matapihi native, X2's finest, the supervisor of the Braves, the Pumba to finds Timon, the best teacher in Tauranga, the Outback's best bouncer, and last but not least, the world's cleanest room. Used to live with me at 103 Knighton Road, Wazowski. It's Paikea Dickson, a.k.a. Mata. No my, brother. No
Jeez.
my.
Jeez.
How you doing, my man?
Not bad. All that and whatnot.
All that and whatnot.
Yeah.
Beautiful. We're just going to give you this space to introduce yourself and anything else that you want to put forward to the forum, my bro. So the floor is yours.
Tēnā tātou katoa. Heuri tēnei no ngā whaitua katoa o te moana o Toi. Ko Paikea Dickson a hau. Rua tekau maharua o koutou. Kare maha. Man of many words, but that's over time.
The silver tongue devil we will get to know very shortly.
Oh, just cut it out.
You know what? Before we even carry on, I can't believe that we got you here today. Like, you know what? It's such a special moment to be able to get someone from the originals, the original Braves even, to come in. So yeah, really appreciate you being here, brother.
It's good being here, mate.
He dedicated to coming. He swapped his day off from Monday to Wednesday. A rejuvenating day of a weekend to Wednesday to be here with us today. That's Mana, bro.
Yeah, mate.
Thank you so much.
Oh, don't mention it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, brother. Well, let's get through it. Tell us a bit about yourself. Like, give us a bit of background about your lifestyle, where you're from.
I grew up in a little suburb out in Tauranga called Matapihi. It's an awesome view if you ever get to go out there.
See honestly, a lot of people.
Yeah. Well, they're not around there. Yeah. They tend to keep to themselves there. Yeah. I went to school in Marapi from about I started off at Kohangareo, moved through Kohangareo, went to Te Kura o Matapihi from when I was about 5 till I was about 8, and then moved to another school in Tauranga. It's called Te Whare Kura o Tauranga Moana, which is out in Pep. Was there for a year, and then we done a total 180 and moved to a place called Murupara. At that point, Mum and Dad had just become fully registered teachers, and that was their first job out of uni. They started uni way later. Yeah, after that, came back to Tauranga. Yeah, was there until I left school. And then came to the hole, as they call.
The hole.
Yeah. When I was 18, met you, sexy sons of whatchamacallits.
You can swear, bro.
Yeah, go hard, brother.
You're allowed to swear.
Nah, fuck that. Nah, yeah, and life's been good ever since, mate. At the moment, I'm doing a limited authority teaching job over at Te Kura o Matapihi, which was my first school, and teaching year 6s, 7s and 8s, and it's awesome.
It sounds cool that you went to school at a certain place, and now after going through your experiences, you've gone back to support that school on the other side. And like, what do you see now being a teacher with these kids, like teacher of these kids? What do you see as a change from when you were a student there?
There's a lot of changes, mate. Yeah. Kids don't get kicks up the asses anymore or get pelted behind the ears by dusters, which is awesome to see. That's awesome to see.
Dusters even.
Yeah. but like the whole understanding of what a student goes through, like beyond school. Like beforehand, you fellas should know, it's like everything was about school, and then after school it was about home life. It was never the two connection. There was never a connection between the two. And like now they're understanding, like, oh, they're turning up probably haku tai clothes and all that. Oh, they might be having a hard time at home. Whereas before that, it would have just been, bro, go get you something from the lost property or something. Like, you can't be looking like that. They wouldn't associate home life with school life. But now there's a bit of a merging, which is awesome to see, especially from my side.
Well, it's good to hear that there's a lot of positive development in your area. That and it sounds like a lot of good methods to bringing up these kids in a safe environment, eh?
Yeah.
And well, talking about a safe environment, brother, let's go to the complete opposite. Explain to us about your love for rugby.
Oh, that's terrible. So, before I went to college, I was not a proponent of rugby. I was a proponent of rugby league. I used to love that game. I wasn't really skillful, still not skillful whatsoever. Very unfit. But it's the urge of what they would call a grub tactic. Have you ever heard of a grub tactic?
No, brother, explain it to us.
So if someone was to take out your main player, you would be the one to take out that player.
The Dennis Rodman of the team.
Yes. I thrive in those dark areas of rugby. And you know, all unions have them. It's part and parcel. It's not assault. You're just keeping them down on the ground for a bit more longer than they have to be.
So giving them an extra loving, extra push.
Just hug them to death. Yes.
Wow. Nothing wrong with a good bear hug, whānau.
Yes.
Nothing wrong with that.
Especially with short pug hands, you know.
And a what?
And a
Oh, good stuff. So I just thinking of things that you love, bro. As we got to know you, we found out that you have a profound love for wrestling, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, in particular the WWE type of wrestling, bro. So I want to know, did you ever see yourself jumping in that ring as a wrestler?
Oh, wholeheartedly, yes.
Yes.
I used to have a name. I had my finishing move. The funny thing about my whole name is that I have 2 English middle names, and that was going to be my name. My middle names are Jai and Connor, so I was just going to be Jai Connor. Awesome. And you will see on my email, Jai Guy, or my Snapchat, Jai Guy. That's where the name Jai Guy. But a whakapapa there. But yeah, fully, wholeheartedly saw myself like WrestleMania and SummerSlam and all that.
So the name Jai Guy came from you being a wrestler?
Yeah.
What the hell?
It's like me playing around with my wrestler dolls, which is, you know, what I used to do before I got sick of it, I guess. I got sick of wrestling really probably about 15 and dropped everything.
Well, surely you got to tell us what your finishing move was. You got to tell the people out there.
Honestly, it's a really dumb one.
Yeah.
It's there used to be an anime about it was like Fish Boy or something. It's a Japanese one, and he used to lift the dude up on his shoulders, his head over here, and he would be holding onto his legs, and he would jump really high and land right onto his behind and pretty much break the dude's neck on his shoulder. They called it a muscle buster, but I was kind of call it a hunger buster.
Mr.
Hunger Buster. I thought I was like, yeah, that's a mean ass name. Turns out that's a combo for Macca's.
Well, it sounds very similar to a fella in Tekken 7, Marduk.
Yeah.
He had a move, Marduk and King had a move like that. Mr. Heihati Piti, I could probably explain that to you.
So that move comes from the anime that I used to watch. and anything wrestling, like independence, all those type of wrestling things. I was invested, mate.
Yeah.
But then found rugby, found another passion in it. Yeah.
Talking about wrestling, bro, would you say that you're quite well versed in the WWE world?
Not anymore.
Not anymore. How about we test it, bro? I've got a few famous slogans of wrestlers over the years that I want to see if you can collate the wrestler to the slogan. We'll see how many you get.
Yeah.
All right, first one. Can you dig that sucker?
Booker T. Or King Booker.
Yes, yes.
Booker.
Woo!
Ric Flair, bro.
Oh, Flick Flair.
Yeah, Ric Flair, mate.
No, sorry.
Flick Flair. I don't know what.
He's got a flair for flicks. Oh.
He's flicking his flare.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's the Macho Man.
Yeah, you
Yo.
got it. 316 says, I just whipped your ass.
Stone Cold, mate.
I'm the best wrestler in the world.
Best wrestler in the world. That would be CM Punk, but then there would be the Bret Hart one is the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will
Oh,
be.
he's on. I'm the showstopper, the icon, the main event.
I'm the showstopper, the headliner, the main event. Is that Dusty Rose?
Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, that's good call. HBK.
Yeah, Mr. WrestleMania.
I am the game, and I am that damn good.
Oh yeah, there was the interview between Triple H and Jim Ross in 2002 after he tore his quad.
Would you please shut the hell up?
Would you please? Oh, I don't know.
And the last one, the pie, the jabroni beating, pie eating, elbow dropping.
Oh, The Rock.
Yeah, beautiful.
Hey, fun fact, jabroni didn't come from him. It came from a person called the Iron Sheik.
Yes, the Iron Sheik back in the 80s.
I will make you humble. Those ones.
You know what? Do you know who was a good man for me? The Undertaker.
Yes.
Loves The Undertaker. And shout out to the most recent WrestleMania he was just inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Yes, he
Bro,
was.
Ultimate legend, bro. Like, and it sort of works out, like when they talk about kayfabe and stuff, especially, you know what kayfabe is? It's playing the part, okay? It's playing your part in public, wherever you go. And it helps for like people with huckers. Sort of like a method acting, you know? You're portraying a story and people believe in it. Like, a lot of people thought he was dead for years.
Yeah. The Undertaker's fucking so integral to the WWE. And like there's so many other wrestlers like Hulk Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior.
Oh, the Ultimate Warrior.
Umaga. Rest in peace, Umaga. Then even some more of our Pacifica brothers like Rikishi or
Yokozuna.
Ah, man. Oh.
Any of the Anawai, that type of whānau, like The Rock and stuff.
Usos.
The Usos.
And like, wrestling was such a...
Even Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
No. That was...
The man. Roman Reigns.
His father was one of the pioneers. One of the wild Samoans, Afa and Sika. Bro,
And
you watch them and it looks like they are murdering people.
And Jimmy Superfly.
Yeah.
Brother, just going off of what our co-host over here did, it shows your ability to remember so many things and pinpoint it straight away.
Yeah.
Like you have quite a talent for it. Like where did this talent come from? Did it brew from over time, or is it like a genetic thing? Or
It's not a genetic thing. It's quite funny because if you were to talk to my parents, they would say he's very forgetful. He's an egg. We hate him, but we love him, kind of stuff. But it stemmed off from what I used to do, and it started from the wrestling. I used to go onto Wikipedia and go through all their stats and stuff. And I remember like weird ass stuff like wife's name or signature move, like those types of stuff. And Dad made it in order for me to jump on the internet, because in 2010, 8, 9, 10, we had just got internet, and it was quite slow, and we didn't have a lot of it.
With the dial-ups, was it?
Yeah, it was full-on dial-ups. Like you only had a certain amount, and you couldn't watch videos. So what he used to do is make me research it, and then come out with that's his real name. I think we started off with like Batista and then Gold Dust and all that kind of stuff. And from that, I grew a sort of love for the history of things. And like even now, I could probably, like it's weird because like more open stuff, I have no grasp on it. I can't remember anything. Can't remember rent. I can't remember stuff like that. But like, if you were to ask me, if you were to ask me about something like the history of shoulder pads in rugby league, I could state everything. The history of a headgear or a buckle strap in NFL, like that kind of stuff. It's weird. Like even I sit there going, how the fuck do I know this?
Bit of a secret talent.
Yeah, it's like I'll see something and it'll pique my interest, and then I like history of cleats. I'm a avid sneakerhead, so I love me some shoes. I love me some cleats. I love me some soccer boots or some American football boots, those types of stuff. Yeah, that's really weird.
Well, you know what? We're going to play off there. We're going to go and segue into another thing that involves a lot of memory and a thing that takes the passion of your heart, brother. Because there's a reason why you're called Mata. This is because of Matatini. And we know that you're a kapa head. You're a kapa nut, as they call.
A kapa nut.
A haka nut.
Nah, you're a kapa nut. Nah, you're
a cup of nuts.
You
are a cup of nuts.
So our brother here is a cup of nuts. So brother, explain to us your journey within the Kapahaka region, bro. The love for Kapahaka.
Proudly, bro. So it started off years ago, bro. Like mum and dad were always into Kapahaka, or just the act of doing Kapahaka. Because I have an older sister, and in between me and her, mum and dad wanted to really learn our reo. And so by the time I came around, it was sort of, you were thrusted into that sort of limelight, and started doing hakas, moved on to, when I went to school, was one of the youngest to stand for our little senior. Oh, it wasn't senior, it was just year 7 and 8, and I was the only one that could catch on to the beats and the words and how to haka. And
Prodigy. Young prodigy.
Yeah, little egg, as they would say. And then as it moved on, I think it wasn't until about 2010 that I actually started watching Kapahaka, like the regionals, finding, because in hakas, I count myself as quite a haka poi kind of person. Those, if you have a nice poi and you have an awesome haka, everything else could be total rubbish, and I'll still watch you.
Total rubbish.
But like those are my going things. Yeah.
I mean, we'll have to link in a performance of yours.
Yeah.
Even some audio.
I should be able to provide that video.
Beauty.
It's on Facebook.
What ropu do you perform for, my bro?
Shut them up, brother.
So I haven't performed in since about 2018. So when I moved over, I stopped doing senior hakas, and that wasn't that was sort of a choice on my own, but I wasn't really feeling it at that point. But last year I went back to the kapa of all kapa, a group called Tūtara Kauika.
Toits.
Formerly Tūtara Kauika ki Rangataua, now just Tūtara Kauika ki te ao.
Ooh,
No,
mana.
say that again,
Manaful.
bro.
Tūtara Kauika ki te ao.
Ooh, mana.
Shivers even.
Yeah, well.
Well, my bro, are you a frontline man, or are you a backline holding up everyone else, or are you center figure?
Or a guitarist like me. Fourth line.
Funny enough, probably one of a few Maori people that don't know how to play the guitar properly. So I count myself as a shelter, and my favourite position would probably be like right flank.
Ooh.
Probably have the confidence and the loud mouth to be a centre, but don't have the look. I'm far too short.
While we're talking about positions in kapahaka, bro, I want to talk about positions on the paipai. My learned colleague and I have discussed this new philosophy of paipai speakers, and we've got a few positions that might offend some people, and if it does, just stop listening.
Just go away.
In other words, fuck you.
Get fucked.
So we've got a few positions, and I want to know where you are. I'll list them off first. So first we've got first speaker, the mana man who lays it all down, flops it out, and everyone else is too shy to pick it up, but they have to anyway. Then you've got second speaker. Right, second speaker is also on par with a little bit less mana, but he has a job to do. And then you've got third speaker, which is the person that just sits at the end and kind of.
Tautoko.
And then you've got what we call a pie warmer, which is, as we would say, correct me if I'm wrong, the reserve kai kōrero that just warms the pie whenever the actual kai kōrero aren't there.
Yes. So when some people get yellow carded and need to get subbed off, there's the pie warmer there.
The pie warmers.
And then fifth speaker onwards is just gap fillers. So
And koha picker-uppers.
Koha pika you know, that's a big job.
Yes.
You know, that's a lot of money in your hands.
Yes.
And not a lot of pockets on your body, so you got to hide it really.
To be fair, I think I would prefer to be the person that picks up the koha. It's just a lot less mahi, a lot less thinking. You just have to say thank you.
Tēnā koutou. I tō koutou koha.
No te roro, naku te roro.
and there's one more position that our bro forgot to name. It's a second row. So the reason why you're second row is already explained in the name. So
If you ain't doing karanga
Kai waiata.
or kai tautoko. Yes.
Butukuya.
so my brother, where do you think you sit?
I think
Do you have the big dick to go first speaker energy, or
are you a pie warmer?
Are you a humble pie warmer?
no, you see, I'm not a show bunny. Use might laugh. I'm not a show bunny, so it's something. My position would be something that you might like is potato peeler. Potato peeler.
That's ringa wera energy. That's
Bro, I would rather look after them than be the face that they. Well, who wants to see this face when they first come into my oh hell no. Yeah, but like I'll be much more comfortable at the back. With the aunties and the uncles, you know, chatting shit, just talking a whole lot of nonsense, but doing money.
Reo
Mahi.
te kauta.
Yeah, boh.
You know what? Thank you for that. That's a further development on our philosophy of mana position.
Which needs to be further refined by these explanations.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
That was not at all a dig at tikanga Māori.
No.
Just a youthful perspective on it.
Yeah.
no.
Because
And-
sorry. Okay, I will carry on. Nah, so like because everything's so steeped in mana, we forget that everything needs to be humanized. Everything has a mistake in there. So yeah, we gotta have that innovative perspective, because if we don't have that innovation, we'll just remain in the era of the kohatu or the kohatu.
Yes.
Well said, bro. Well said. Really wonderful kōrero from our co-host.
Yeah, and in other words, I'm a second rower.
Don't like to do work, but we'll sit there.
Nods.
I'm the grandchild with the grandparents that got to get away with everything.
No. Here he.
I would also like to pay homage to those behind the second row, bro. Those sitting against the wall on the mattresses and the marae too.
Or even those ones on the side of the wharenui having a cigarette.
Those outside the waharoa. Kia ora, just sitting comfy.
Or they're at the front of the pack with their shorts on. They're in the front row with their shorts on.
Yum. Skin.
Punch yourself.
I love looking at yummy skin.
Hairy leg. Hairy man leg. Nice.
Uncle's knee.
It's like, hairy leg. Oh, auntie. Oh, the hell, auntie. Oh, mehu.
We should move on, bro.
Fuck. You know what, brother? Talking about cigarettes. I know you're a bit of a freaking fly of the blowflies, of the extra smoke in the area. The reason why Auckland's called Big Smoke. So tell us about your interest in that field.
So when I was living here, I was a heavy smoker, yes, but now I have quit.
Wow.
How did you go about quitting, bro? This could actually be a meaningful conversation.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, yeah, it's somewhat meaningful to me. That's why I carry on. I made a bet with my older sister that whoever weans back onto the smokes has to pay the other $2,000. And we started off on alts. So, I might have it in my pocket actually.
Cover up that logo. No free advertising here.
Oh, there's no logo on it, bro.
Beauty.
It's literally so blank. It looks like every other company, but we started
Plain.
Yeah.
Yum.
Yeah.
No, well done, bro.
But
Did either one of you lose?
No.
Oh.
The bet's still on.
You know what, brother? It's good to see that the bet is still on, because it's good to see such heavy progression in your area, brother. And you know what, brother? It's good to see that you make positive changes in your life. And talking about what the giggles are, my bro.
Yeah.
I see you got a beautiful piece on your face, my brother. A beautiful piece. A mata ora, if you will.
Yeah.
Could you explain to the viewers out there what it is and what it means to you, and if there's a narrative behind it?
That's a good segue from the start of last year, around about the 20th of March. My older sister passed away, and that was a big toll on me as a person, because she taught me a lot about what it was like to carry on. I had a lot of problems with my mental kind of stuff when I was leaving college, even in college. And that took a big toll on me. And I felt like I was left out to the elements, and with no feeling, nothing whatsoever. And in order for me, like mentally, physically, and spiritually, to be brought back into what we call te ao marama, was to feel some external pain. So it was to sort of, what's it called? There's a movie about it. They have a certain symbol that they'll hold on to, and that was to tell if they were in a dream. Inception. So that was my inception point, okay? Was feeling physical pain, so my mental would come back and we, could live now, rather than living in places where, you're only thinking of dark shit. And
That's a bit like that old saying, "Hai hai o te kiri e." Yeah.
Honestly, it's helped. Like, so I got my nose done the same day as my mum got her kauai and my dad got his pāwaha. So from his on the nose and then down past the mouth. Yeah.
I mean, she was like an anchor for you, eh? Would you say?
Bro.
Yeah, beautiful.
Fuck yes.
Beautiful person,
Yes.
man. I remember when we first met her. Was it first year that she came over with your olds?
Yeah, most probably.
Yeah. Oh man, crack up. So funny. Even at your 21st, man, such a good vibe.
Yeah.
It makes me wish that I had an actual like 21st party, because she was like, "When's your 21st?"
Yeah. We were actually meant to like make the trip down to.
Yeah, I didn't plan anything though. It was just a quiet one, but because of that, I wish that I had. Yeah, your sister was beautiful, bro. Still is. Still is.
You know what, brother? If I be honest, it's so good that you're open to talk about things like that, because we need more tāne to talk about their mental health, because it's such a serious thing in today's day and age.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people suffered with mental health. I did myself in a certain period of time. I was in a dark space as well, and so yeah, I really relate to that. And having people like yourself be so open about it could maybe influence some others to go out there and talk.
Yeah.
Because if you keep it bottled up inside, just a lot of negative consequences could occur, and we don't really want that shit to happen. And yeah, well, thank you for sharing that to everyone here.
Oh, that's all good, bro. Honestly, if it helps others, one thing I've really got to say to everyone is, don't get caught up in the smoke, bro. Like, honestly, don't get caught up too much in your head, because stuff that can bring you back to the open world, te ao marama, is like maybe get a sport, or even video games. Those are quite immersive. You know, you've got your mind on something else, but then stop yourself too. Don't get too far removed. Sort of like finding that comfortable spot in the middle. Comfortable spot.
And you know what?
Very comfy.
It's really good that you bring up that comfortable spot, and we're gonna bring this back to being a bit lighthearted, okay? Okay, so
depressive shits.
So here is a topic. I was talking with some of our learned colleagues earlier on this week.
Oh yes.
And we had a very in-depth discussion about this one topic, and all of us here, including Steen in the back, is well enough experience to answer this question. Yeah. Okay, so brothers, post-nut clarity. Is it real?
It's real. It's honestly so real. It's honestly so real, mate. Like, you could go from seeing something and believing in something, and then not see it whatsoever. It's like a magical force just goes. Psh. Yeah. You don't see anything.
Oh my!
Honestly, I swear by post-nut clarity.
I wasn't ready for that. Okay, bouncing off of that then. Post spaghetti regretti. For people who don't understand that, you know, a stroke.
So like that spagboard that you just had. Just
a couple minutes on spaghetti, 2 hours off regretti. Is it true? Is it true?
Yes, bro. Spaghetti adds pounds to your sides, bro. Yeah. It adds sides to your sides. You have double sides.
Do we got any perspectives from Steen in the back? Anything?
I don't know if Steen's dying right now.
Spaghetti regretti.
So I'll be honest. This part-time was brought to us by a couple Waine. They were like, yeah, it's not a real thing, and we needed to clarify it here today.
Name
it's
and
real.
shame. No.
It's a real thing, Wahine.
You so won't get it. That's like, they will get it. It's like getting ultimate drunk, seeing someone that you enjoy the company of, taking them back home, and then waking up in the morning straight away. It's like as soon as you have coitus, intercourse, and you wake up straight away. That's how
That's the
post night
regretty.
clarity. It's like, yeah, I'm having fun, and then fuck, and then like, why am I here? Who is this person?
What is my purpose?
It
What have I done?
was also brought to my attention that for the specific waine, she said it's not post-nut clarity to her, it's pre-nut clarity.
Pre?
Yeah, so
Prenup?
yes, prenup, whānau, prenup. No, pre-nut. So before they even engage in any kind of conversation, they she said that she analyzes and then engages. And if the analysis ends up with a red flag or ew, that's enough. That's the pre-nut
What if
clarity.
it's analyzing something like this? Is that still? Because like this can cloud a lot of this, a lot of problems with this. Hey, come on. That's
He's not wrong.
something like this. All right, we all get what that action means, eh? It's not putting hand sanitizer on, obviously. Something like this can cover up a lot of impurities.
Impurity. All right, well,
Like,
bouncing off of that, here's a misogynistic moment. Does a lot of this cover up?
depends which one comes first. So if it's like
fair.
if it's like taking a photo of it, if that's your first churgy, like that, it might. But if your face goes before it, then obviously not.
No, yeah. I don't know if you should cut that out or not.
No, fuck it, keep that in.
Yeah,
That's
no,
beautiful.
keep
And
it.
you know what? This is a perfect segue, whānau. This is a perfect segue. So, talking about paying money for extra activities, we're going to play a game. And it's called Fill in the Blank, okay? It's called Fill in the Blank. So, I'm going to provide you with... I'm going to provide you with a name or a sentence, and then you got to fill in the blank of what it is, okay? So I'll say cheese, and you can say cake, something like that, okay? So I'm gonna say something, and you're gonna reply, and we're gonna bounce off that.
Word
You all right?
association.
You ready? You ready? Okay. So my word is I have 3 words that I'm gonna say, and you got 1. Okay. Cool. You ready? Grand Theft Auto.
Director mode.
Kia ora. Director mate's 2, but that's all right. We'll go with it.
No, it's one. If you don't know how to
It's a
spell,
compound.
You know,
come on.
brother, explain to us your love for GTA, especially in that first year when we got to know you.
Honestly, that was the most fun I've ever had, mate. Like, could do whatever in a time where there wasn't anything to do. You know, acting out some dreamed sequences on those games. It's awesome. Yeah, like running people over, you know, that kind of stuff.
As you
Larceny,
As you do.
you know, that kind of robbing banks,
Beautiful. Awesome.
robbing banks, you know, going titty bar,
Wait, are we talking about GTA or?
punching the strippers, you know.
But you got some very interesting dreams.
Yes. I dreamed. Yeah.
All in GTA, just for anyone who missed that.
Nothing in real life here.
It's like, this teacher is punching strippers? Yes, I'm Donald Trump.
Hey, that's a play. That's a play.
Nah.
Well, you know.
Sorry, Uncle Donald.
Yeah, so back to talking about beating up strippers and robbing
Yes.
banks.
Wait,
Um,
What the?
wait.
That's a weird way to start it.
Okay. Sorry, I wasn't ready.
Jesus.
well, fuck now. I ain't leading us in. You can lead
Jesus.
us in now.
All right, well, we're not gonna talk about that. I'm gonna hit you with the phrase, and you're gonna finish the sentence and then describe the event that I'm talking about. Ready? Destroyed my.
Destroyed my.
Destroyed my. I can't have kids.
Yes. Sorry about that. Childbearing properties. That's what I was starting.
Yeah, kia ora. You wanna let the people know I'm outing you here.
Yeah. So I had a bit of an eventful night. I was at that point of inebriation where I could not feel anything, and we had this funny game that a lot of young males like to play, and then end up causing prostate cancer in later dates.
That's not funny, but
No, I didn't. Oh, come on.
No, it's all good.
Come
No, I
on.
meant for myself because I chuckled. Continue.
I also got kicked.
Did you?
Yes,
By?
someone behind me. That's why I turned around.
So you were behind me.
No, yeah, I was behind you, but I was looking the other way. I got kicked, turned around, and kicked.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I got kicked in the
But-
nuts multiple
but,
times. That's what happened. Just for anyone who didn't understand that,
Multiple.
it was multiple
It
times.
was a sack tip and then a kick.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
No, it was
Yes,
like,
it was.
Yeah, and then it was, bro. I was not drunk that night.
Must
And this
have
is
been that
obviously
drunk.
New Year's. New Year's?
New Year's. News.
News.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Thank you for clarifying that.
Formally. Was it formally? Yes.
It's formally now.
Formally. I'd like to apologise for my actions that night, even though I've already bloody apologised many a time. Like your missus still has a nickname for me that's held since that point. Lucky it's not a malicious one now, but still sorry.
I accept said apology, my brother.
Fuck your hand.
Oh, no, fuck you then. No.
And you know
I
what?
accept the apology.
Just as a bit of acknowledgement, shout out to prostate cancer.
Wait. Pause.
It's proven time.
You wanna explain? I'm not a part of that call. You wanna explain what you just meant there?
Yeah, we acknowledge prostate cancer, and we hope that we find methods of making it better and getting rid of prostate cancer. That's
He's
what I
wearing
mean.
blue for it.
Yeah, we any type of cancer is bad, and we hope that one day we find the medicine to make it better. So yeah, shout out to the doctors that find it. Sorry.
Cancer can suck the balls.
And talking about other controversial topics, brother, can you explain to us the story about your yellow Brian Hall t-shirt?
So one night.
This is a great episode.
So when you're living at the halls, you should all know they have inter-hall competitions.
Yes.
And earlier that afternoon, we had gone out and partaken in one of these inter-hall competitions, and I had scuffed a green mark on my, what's that, right shoulder. Right shoulder?
Right shoulder.
My right shoulder.
Yeah.
Yes. And so I knew this because I fell over and ate shit. Yes. Later on, one of my close mates, one of the Braves, was lacking in the shirt department because he had to go do some washing, which I call bullshit on because he doesn't do washing. At that point, he's a lot better now. He does washing.
Oh, that's good.
Anyway, I gave my shirt, and then we went off and partook in some socialising in the, I think it was the common rooms at that time, aka the Crave. Yes. And I asked this particular friend, because he was out and about, if he could bring me back a Big Mac and a cheeseburger as a combo, and I was quite raring to go and eat that food because he said, "Oh yeah, I'm in my room now. It's just up on my table." I get to my mate's room, this well-established lad. I get to his room, knock on his door about 6 times, very loud, like people up the hall could hear me knocking, asking, "What do you want?" So he's got my food. I'm just wanting my food. And then I heard a voice from inside go, "He's asleep. Go away." I was like, "No, he's got my food. I paid my money. Can I please have my food?" And so she grabs it, opens the door. What is she wearing? But my yellow Brindle shirt with the green mark on the right shoulder. And if I ever, I instantly projectile vomited in my mouth because she was wearing nothing else. Like, as though she had just grabbed the shirt. Hey, they had just peeled themselves off that bed. She had grabbed my food, which was on top of that bed, grabbed the shirt, opened the door, just to meet me.
So everything that was meant to be yours was violated.
It was violated. Even my Big Mac. I got it, and it had 3 bites taken out of it.
Did the cheeseburger have foreign cheese?
There was no cheeseburger.
No cheeseburger. There was none.
Just a whole bunch of cheese, my bro.
Half of a large cup of Sprite with what I could only describe as scubas up in that. Vile. I didn't end up eating it. I went up the road. I asked one of our sisters to drive me to Macca's to get me a proper kai, so I can rid myself of what I just saw.
Well,
such vileness.
What's the moral of the story here, brother? Did you learn anything from it?
If you peel yourself off a one-night stand, please do not use their shirts, because that might be the bro's shirt. He might see you with it, and you will not outlive that image. She is well established now within the university, like being an RA and HRA. Eh? She was an HRA. She was an HRA. So like, yeah. Every time I see her, which is not that often now. Now that I don't, that I've moved away from Hamilton. Now every time I see her, all I can see is that yellow Bryant Hall shirt draped over a pretty much naked body, standing at the door of one of the cleanest rooms, much cleaner than that one.
I'm sorry, bro. Just for those who missed it, could you just say all of that again?
From where? Bro, you're killing it. You're killing it, mate.
Fucking shout out Steve.
Bro, he's onto it. So from where?
A yellow shirt draped over.
A yellow shirt draped over a pretty much naked body. You know, and on that side was that green mark that I'd put on there earlier on.
Man, that is indeed a series of unfortunate events, my bro.
Oh, that was just first year. It would have been unfortunate for you to meet me, so you know, I guess that.
Well, I guess
be Thursday, Thursday.
You know what, Whānau? That is a very good corridor right there. Brought up naturally, brother. Explain to us, what is Thursday, Thursday?
So
I'm scared.
with the university comes different Māori crews, and one Māori crew I like to shout out to them was Te Waiora. Thank you for looking after me over those 2 to 3 years. But anyway, they had a flat crawl, and it was after one such flat crawl that it was on a Thursday. That's why it's called Thursday. I found myself in someone else's room, someone was trying to get me out of that room. Like with me and the bro have talked about it. You know, we've got into points, but yeah, he punched the door and broke his hand, which is quite unfortunate. Which is also quite unfortunate as I had to leave the room. Yeah.
Were you wearing a yellow Brian Horse shirt and nothing else?
No.
Oh, that's good.
Well done.
I was wearing a cowboy outfit.
I don't know if that's any better, to be honest.
No. I look like a fat Woody with... It was just a fat Woody just crying myself all the way to my bedroom. Oh no, it was to my bro's bedroom, and looking out the window because I didn't want to get hiker shard in the face.
Yes, I quite enjoyed that little
Cry session.
Yeah, that was quite a meaningful night. But on top of that, that night was very eventful, as the fellow brother that you were talking about. I won't name him because he's gonna
Oh, he had to clear up a lot of stuff that night because he was the only sober one.
Yeah,
and a lot of his mates, a lot of us, were all intoxicated and
not slightly. We were fucked.
We were buggered.
Oh yes. Oh man.
And I remember, if I remember correctly, we had a hui as an association.
Yes, our
to
first
sort it out.
Our first hui
We had
in the Crave.
Yes, we had
computer room.
all the members, and we just went through everyone to sort it out.
Oh.
Yeah, that's how we knew we were really mature after an event like that.
That's the thing. It started with that. What ended up happening for the rest of the year was every Thursday something would go wrong, and we'll just call it Thursday. Couldn't have Macca's on a Thursday because it was Thursday.
Town and country closed Thursdays.
Good.
Okay, brother. Well, we're gonna carry on building a relationship with Thursday. It's quite funny because you went from being a partier to being a bouncer. So explain that story about you becoming a bouncer and what that lifestyle was like.
I got to a point in my study life where I needed money. Uncle wasn't making bank, so I had to go work. And one of the opportunities at that time was bouncing. So I bounced at Outback for, I'd say, it literally felt like 2 years, but it was give or take 9 months. But it felt like years. Like the amount of people I met, the amount of awesome people I met, you know, people I would call my friends now. But yeah, lifestyle of a bouncer, honestly, awesome. Like you meet a lot of new people. For me, I wasn't the rough and ready brawler. They would call me a pussy most times because I could just talk my way out of a lot of things. But you know,
Silver tongue devil. Yum.
And you know what, that party life is quite interesting and you transitioning to being a bouncer and looking after everyone partying. Is there any funny stories that you have from being a bouncer?
Trying to get into Bar 101 with slides. If you don't already know, if you're a first year and you haven't been into town,
go with slides.
Go with slides.
And athletic clothing.
Go with slides
jump
with
suits.
socks.
Jumpsuits, you know.
Sports team shirts.
Yes.
No.
With a white shirt underneath that you end up giving to the bro and he bleeds all over it.
Especially gang insignia.
Yes.
Yeah. Wear that.
Go in with your patch. You know?
Well, brother, I think this is a perfect segue to talk about another love that you have. You're a really passionate artist. You love drawing.
He does.
And like I noticed over a long time, you drew a lot for yourself, and even you did some pieces for myself. And I want you to tell the viewers out there about why you love art and what kind of things you draw.
So I draw anything natural, really. Don't draw cars, don't draw buildings, things like trees, movement, like people moving, tides going in and out, that type of really boring stuff, but I just ticks away it. It's really awesome. Once tried to draw all of us. Didn't end up finishing that, but really should.
I love the fact that all of your drawings, out of all of the drawings you do, bro, while you were living with me, most of them were in my textbooks.
Yeah.
And I've reviewed them a little bit.
Yeah.
Fuck, they're mean, bro. I'll send you some stuff, bro, to chuck it up there on. I wonder, do you have any aspirations to take it to another level, your art, like maybe professionally or amateur league, or I don't know if that's the right term, but you get what I'm saying, eh?
Well, I gotta sort of fix up a lot of. There's a lot of areas for me to fix in art, but once I fix those, then I'll be privy to like doing up commission pieces or something.
Mean.
But like that'll be further on down.
Just know you're getting a tap on the shoulder from us too.
Yeah, bro.
We need to fill up our back wall.
We need some artwork on there, brother.
And we would love
I'll
to.
draw a big hand that goes like that.
That sounds good.
That fits our reason, our kind of cordial.
That's awesome.
And you know what, brother? I think there's no better way to talk about something deep than by going to the books. So to the viewers out there, there was a thing that I started back in first year, and it was called The Books.
The books.
And The Books is quite a revered piece from the Braves, because in it, I collected images, I collected names and quotes of every individual in our group. And it's been frozen in time pretty much since 2018. And I haven't been able to edit a lot because a lot of information's either been lost or decayed. Or anyway, it's time that we open the books and have a look at what our brother has in here.
The Covenant of Braves.
So this is the reason why we called Mr. Paikea Mata Dickson our supervisor, because when we first got here, we needed to establish roles within our company of Crave and Liaise. And we gave this man the supervisor because that man was everywhere, looked over everyone, and made sure everything was all right. And we're gonna go to a classic. This man's McGee name. So we not only had our normal names of Mata, Fine, and Crave, but everyone had a McGee name.
What's a McGee name, bro?
A McGee name, I think, started off with Mr. Messiah.
Yeah.
And he was, we were going through a McGee phase. Like, McGee was the word to say. And then we just attached it to nicknames. And so Mr. Mata here was given the name of Giggles McGee. And I don't know if we've already cracked it here or caught it in the recording, but this man's laugh is infectious. If you get the pure laugh, it is unbelievable. It's funny.
It's like a wildfire, mate. You get him laughing, you can't stop. Oh, there he goes. Giggles McGee. It's on.
And now another a quote from this man in first year. What the fuck is a So, Mata, please explain to us what the fuck is a
So the technical term for an impin is a it was on one of our message boards, one of our chats. We used to have this saying that went which mean I understood, or I don't know what you're talking about, but okay. One of our mates had put in our chat, he had, I think he was inebriated or some sort. Tapped down what he was meant to say was ended up saying which later became the term for I like what I'm saying.
And another beautiful thing noted in the books. X3 question mark.
What?
What is X3,
What's
brother?
X3, bro?
That is harkening back to some old memories right there,
Yeah,
mate.
bro.
X3 was a wonderful place. As everyone in Bryant Hall knows that there is no X3.
Well,
Where
almost
does it-
everyone.
Almost everyone. Almost everyone. But X3 is a wonderful place. Let's put it that way. A lot of fun was had in X3. A lot of growth was grown.
A lot of tears. A lot of tears were teared.
Yeah, a lot of tears were teared. A lot of punches were punched.
A lot of ciggies were smoked.
Yes,
and
a lot of
vapes were blown.
Yes.
Uh,
At least it was vapes that were blowing. Nice.
well, do we have any locations of where X3 is, brother?
It is the bus stop across the road from gate 1. Oh, gate 2, sorry. You turn into Bryant Hall.
Do you know how defaced that bus stop X3 has become now? There's so much COVID-19 propaganda on there now, bro. Go and have a look at it, man. It's
I don't care.
I think it's time to just get some spray paint and take X3.
yeah, I think so.
X3 is a wonderful place.
And one final note we'll bring up from the books is a story between you and another peer of ours, a sister.
Oh, no.
She said to you, did you know smoking makes you lose weight? And as noted here, you looked at your stomach and you said, guess I'm not the prime example.
Who was that?
We'll disclose it when we get them on the pod.
Oh, yes.
Okay, brother.
I think that just answers itself right there, right? I'm not the peak look of I'm not the look of peak human performance. I'm not blind, so I can see that. But yeah, yeah.
Well, brother, I think it's really good that we got to open up the books and see a little bit of you in your first year, and like it's frozen in time.
Dust away the cobwebs.
Right.
Well, we're gonna begin winding down here with asking you, brother, do you have anyone out there that you would like to acknowledge for where you are today?
Well, obviously acknowledging mum and dad for putting me on this earth. Second of all, acknowledging you fellows for putting up with my ass for about 5 years.
Oh, anytime, mate. Anytime.
Honestly,
Good to have you,
bro.
brother.
I can't have kids now, so it's all good.
I can't afford. But you know, a lot of hardships and a lot of regretness has happened over those 5 years, and I'm so happy I can still call you my bloody mates.
All day, bro. All day.
Thirdly, family.
Mm.
Yeah. Big shout out to Te Kura o Matapi for hooking me up with a job. Ngā mihi mum. Big shout out to all the teachers and stuff over there. They're a good crew. They have a lot of tolerance for me. You know, yous have had to live with me, so yous know what it's like. But they've tolerated, and they're really helpful, really understanding, especially me being a BT. And yeah, that's mostly family, friends, and colleagues.
Mean. He mihi atu kia rātou. Now I've got some quick fire questions I want to come off to finish up the night or the day today. The first one is, what's your favourite game?
Favorite game?
Yes.
Video game.
Anything any kind of
bro.
game.
Favourite game?
SmackDown versus Raw 2007.
Yes.
Beautiful. Your dream travel destination?
Dream travel, I would say Norway.
Norway. Beautiful.
So yeah, Whānau, you heard it here first. He wants to go to Norway. Any scholarships to Norway? There you are.
Hit him up. Hit him up.
Any teaching jobs?
SmackDown vs. Raw 2007. If you got it on PSP or PS2 or Xbox, I don't know if they did Xbox.
No.
Send it his way.
Oh no, they did Xbox 360.
One more.
There you go.
Wait, one more. And any advice to any young aspiring teachers, bouncers, or students coming into the university scene?
Oh, a whole lot.
Make it quick then.
Keep in mind, keep on top of your planning. If you're coming into teaching or coming into uni as a first year, keep in mind that there is a lot of planning, so you must keep on top of that planning, on top of what you already have. All right, it's quite a handful to manage. Like I still haven't managed it quite as good, but as long as you're on top of planning, you're all good. And pay your rent.
Pay your rent, whānau. You heard it first.
That's the moral of the kōrero whānau. Pay something sexy like rent. Kia ora. And so now I think there's no better way to close it off today than by saying thank you to our guest brother. Thank you Paikea Mata Dickson for coming here today, making the long travel to open the can of worms and speak your mind. So yeah, kia ora whānau. It's good to have you here listening to us. Fine, Crave, we're here at Tūru. Have a good night, or day, whatever. Kia ora.
Kia ora.